not recognize. And not, well, yeah, hi, son. Yeah, we're not talking about you. That's Eric or Todd Burgess. We want to talk about George Blaha, the executive director of the Tartar Gridiron Club. And because of the Tartar Gridiron Club, they're the ones that, in partnership with TV 62 CBS here in Detroit, make these telecasts possible. George not here, obviously, but thanks to George.
Well, he initiated this whole thing 8 years ago, and he's done a nice job, and there's many people to thank, especially these 6 or 7 sponsors that we had.
Well, who are these sponsors? Today's game brought to you in part by Coca-Cola. Always a champion, always Coca-Cola. Health Alliance Plan, generations ahead. Budweiser, for all you do, this Bud's for you. Metro Cell Security, call 1-800-LEADER-1. KFC, everybody needs a little KFC. And Elias Brothers Big Boy, featuring roast beef and turkey dinners. Sponsors one and all, thank you, thank you, thank you. Ferris State, by the way, has won 46-42 over Saginaw Valley State. Make it 40 in a row for Ferris State. Those guys in green and gold a little bit more concerned about what Wayne State is doing this afternoon. So on 4th down, we will see Jason Webster once again. 3 minutes, 13 seconds to play in the game. Good snap, good rush, and an end-over-end punt that blows over the far sideline at the 38-yard line.
I'll
tell you what, even up 13 points, yeah, you need a hat there, son.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it is very cold out there, as you can see. And it's almost an impossible task to punt the ball into this wind. About an 8-yard punt that time. Positive thing, it didn't get blocked.
Exactly, exactly. It is so windy, the benches are blowing over. And nobody from Wayne State sitting on those benches. They're very excited with what has happened here this afternoon. Northern Michigan with it once again. That ball behind the intended receiver, Heath Garland. It was Ron Atkins who had 1 pick for a touchdown today on the coverage. Take a look at the cheerleaders, and you know, Skip, the Wayne State or the Tartar Gridiron Club does an awful lot for Wayne State University in terms of the scholarship and the monies that they raise, and their just overall support of this program.
They've been a blessing to this program, kept the program alive.
And here's a down the far sideline. That's caught Garland, I believe, tracked down at the 15-yard line.
Wait a minute, this might not be over.
Actually, it was completed to Jason McGlone, the tailback, out of the backfield. Takes it long distance inside the 20-yard line. But
and let's take a look at this right now, folks. Matt Hoare does a good job looking off the safeties to the right, comes back to the left, and he's down, gets in between the zones, and runs it down to the 15.
We were talking with Bob Brennan on our last telecast, and he was outlining all the things that the Tartar Gridiron Club's able to do. And here's Horde in a world of trouble. He goes down and fumbles the ball, and Wayne State has it. And how about that? Gary Rutan.
Yes, sirree. Number 99, way to finish off your college football career with an important sack and a recovery of a football.
Well, he had 13.5 a year ago, set school and conference records in that category. Yes, this season has struggled, but he has been double and triple teamed. Only 1 sack. That's his 2nd of the season. And he gets his first fumble recovery of the season, and a big one to cap off what appears to be a Wayne State victory.
Look at this, folks.
That's the whole package. You get the sack, the strip, and the recovery. That's the triple crown right there.
There it is.
Or actually, that wasn't Rutan. I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
Well, it looks like 99. It's 80. Is it 89?
No, that was 69. Tom Milanoff.
Oh, see, we can't see with this weather.
And also fooled the press box announcer up here as well. We were all pulling for Gary to get a sack there.
Well, you're seeing that 9, and you couldn't see the other number because of the mud.
You assume that it's going to be Rutan.
because he's the sack guy.
Handoff on the play, picks up negligible yardage. 2nd and 9 from the 26, and the clock rolling. Frederick Van Zunner from the I formation, gives to Gillert. Nothing there. Northern Michigan out of times out and trailing it 28-15. Take a look at Ron Atkins. He had a huge defensive play on the pick and return for a touchdown.
Hi, Mom.
John Aird, freshman safety. He has a bright future here at Wayne State. Third down and 9 from the 26. And all of a sudden, really, what transpired in the previous 10 games is almost forgotten with what happened here this afternoon. 1:14, clock is rolling. Toss to Gillert. Gillert on the cutback, still keeps the feet moving, stays in bounds. Northern tries to throw him out, but he stays in at the 30-yard line. As we roll inside of 1 minute to play. Pick up to the 30-yard line. That will bring up, however, 4th down. Clock continues to roll. Northern out of timeouts. And you look at Gillert, the power there, just trying to keep the feet moving, and stays in bounds.
They might not have to punt this football.
Well, the play clock has not been operating since it was knocked over by the wind earlier in the game. So we can't tell you what's on the play clock, but you see the time remaining on your screen. And I don't know if the official has blown the ball into play or not. And we're not sure what's happening, so Wayne State says, well, we'll take a timeout. And so they stop the clock with 19 seconds left to play in the game.
Well, he might be talking about really taking another safety, running the ball out.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Dominic Livadotti just probably, hopefully, is telling his players, hey, you've played an exceptional game. Remember this one. For those of you who are seniors and for those of you who are underclassmen, see you at spring practice.
Well, it's also a case of being a coach. He still wants to coach. He does 21 seconds. He's not coaching for another 9 months here, 6 months. So he says, let me get a timeout. Let me get my last bit of coaching in here.
You go ahead.
You got 19 seconds more coaching. Might as well milk it for all it's worth.
On TV here on CBS down here in Detroit. And he says, let me get a little airtime down here. Big victory. Good one to get his first year of recruiting once again underway. Great, because as we mentioned earlier, Pete, there's got to be 50 recruits here. What a nice way to greet them after the football game, saying this is what you could be a part of, and starting a tradition here in Detroit of a great victory over a great football program like Northern, and you can be a part of this.
Exactly.
Maybe I should be the recruiting coordinator.
Maybe you should be. I don't know. Ask Coach Dom if there's a job available. But Wayne State came in 2-7 in the conference, 2-8 overall. And you might have thought, yeah, 4th down, yeah, Frederick will run and retreat and take a loss with 15 seconds.
Well, he could have ran maybe towards the end zone.
Exactly.
But that should wrap it up. A couple more plays now for Northern. I imagine they would throw the football.
As you see some very, very happy Tartars, and Michael Glusky, the sometime starter, sometime backup quarterback, number 3, congratulating his fellow QB, Anthony Frederick, on a job well done. Anthony with a rushing touchdown on the option.
Touchdown on his last day.
Northern Michigan came in at 7-2 overall and in the conference. They'll throw for the end zone, and it is broken up at the last second. In
Doggett.
Great play by Eric Doggett, as that was ticketed for a 3rd touchdown for Heath Garland. But Doggett was there at 5'7", and he climbed the ladder to knock it down.
And we're seeing some fresh uniforms come in, some players getting some time, some seniors. And look at this. Looks like it's open there. Doggett recovers, gets his left hand in there and breaks it up.
8 seconds showing on the clock. 28-15. Wayne State about to go 3-7 for the year. Check it, 3-7 in the conference, 3-8 overall. Ford straight back in the pocket. Heavy rush, throws. That falls to earth with 2 seconds on the clock. So we'll run one more play. Pass intended for Shad Smith, but it falls incomplete.
How about Tony Wright, 52? He's got a clean uniform on. He almost had a shot at an interception. What a nice way that would be.
Last play of the game coming up. Northern Michigan, Ford going all the way at quarterback. He'll drop straight back, and he'll let it fly. And overthrown by the intended receiver, throwing for Jason McGlone, the tailback, and that will do it. Wayne State wins it 28-15. Skip, it's been absolutely outstanding to be with you here. Rod Simmons, you see him, and Bob Brennan stopped by. Bob, hey.
He's looking for the W.
He's looking for the W. 28-15 the final. This is all we have for Wayne State University football. They close it out with a 28-15 victory for Skip Macbolts. 28-15 Wayne State. Goodbye, everybody.
It's here.
What is?
More big-time TV.
Detroit 62 CBS is bigger than ever.